5 signs of the false twin flame, the love and gaslighter. Just because they're all love and light, drink green juice, wear t-shirts made from hemp or recycled bamboo, and go to yoga does not mean that your person is that so-called highly conscious twin flame. In fact, a lot of quote-unquote conscious men or women are actually really good at gaslighting too. Gaslighting is a term that is defined as making someone question their own reality, but not in a good way. That person picks you apart and pulls you down, and in this case, they can cover it up really well with a little love and light. Om Shanti Om. Here are the 5 signs that you're being gaslit by a false twin flame. 1, when things get intense, they lash out at you and run away, but they cover it up with a spiritual euphemism excuse like, I need to go to my Zen retreat, or your energy is really pulling my energy down and I need to clear myself because I'm so highly sensitive and empathic. 2, they tell you that you're being a victim when you're expressing your needs and your boundaries, and they make you wrong and make the relationship issues all your fault. An example of this is a woman that and this is a real true story, Sarah finally said, no, I do not want to do this in bed with you when she was dating a guy. She felt like it was too soon, it was too rushed. She didn't want to have intercourse with this person. And she was also in a community that was very open, and this guy was polyamorous, and it was something that she felt like part of her was like, I kind of want to try it because he's so amazing. We have this soul connection, and he wants to have intercourse, and also no, it feels wrong. Like I want him to be fully committed to me, and he's wanting to create a relationship continuation with his ex-lover. And finally she said, no, this isn't right. And he said, you know what? You are just not awake enough. Like you have something wrong with you. You need to work on yourself. And finally, when she let this guy go, she did a little deep inner work. It was painful. The soul connection was so strong. He ended up going back with his ex-lover, and they had their polyamorous stories with different people. And she went through a brief dry spell. It was painful, but then she ended up calling in her incredible life partner, who also was super into monogamy and also super deeply spiritual, and they are on the same path. And whether you are poly or straight or multiple or monogamous or whatever, you are awesome to celebrate love in all of its forms. And when we honor what our needs and boundaries are, those are never wrong for ourselves. So that love and gaslighter, we got to send them their love and their light back at them and set a healthy boundary. Number 3, they blame their pain on you. Throw sticks and stones instead of actually doing something about it. So they might have all kinds of pretty ways of throwing the sticks and stones and say, you know, you need to do this and you need to do another cleanse, or there's something really wrong, or you hurt me, and the pain is still coming in your space. You can feel it. You can feel psychic threads or attacks or negative energies. And they might say all kinds of nice things, be bowing to you, and yet there's this energy that's not being named. 4, they're incapable of maturely expressing their own needs, boundaries, and emotions. So they go off to meditate, to workshops, to other people, to avoid emotional discussions. I remember meeting a beautiful client of mine named Holly, and she had met a man who fit her on all levels, but he didn't want to stay in an emotionally available relationship. He didn't want to get intimate. He was always going off to the ashram to chase his nirvana instead of her. And while they had a deep connection, they felt like they knew each other from past lives, he just didn't want what she wanted, and she ultimately wanted to start a family and to find the love of her life. So after staying together in a relationship for many years, she let him go and she let him follow his passion, and he ended up writing a best-selling film, spending time in his nirvana state, going off to the ashram as much as he wanted, and he found that was the love of his life. She ended up finding her twin flame, having a beautiful child, and a bit later, she launched her soul purpose business, wrote a best-selling book, and created a multiple six-figure coaching business doing what she loved. But her path did not align with her ex, and they now send love and light to each other without her always trying to force him to be someone he's not and not having his availability for the emotional connection and intimacy that she desired and deserved. 5 is they only love you if you are the perfect yogi or conscious entrepreneur or light worker or vegan. They don't unconditionally love you unless you fit into their system. And there's nothing wrong with being a vegan or an entrepreneur who sticks to a certain schedule or following a system. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you're with a partner who is constantly forcing you to be in their structures, to fit into their mold, to follow what their guru says, then you're not allowed to own your crown chakra as a queen or king. You're not unconditionally loved. You're not being seen as the sovereign being who can flip in and out of different systems and stories and lifetimes and love it all and embrace it all. So that love and gaslighter is going to put their person into a box, trap them, and feed off of the lack of freedom and control, and the person who's willing to go into the box is not in a twin flame vibration because they're giving your power away. So I hope that this is not you, but if you have fallen into any of these traps, like I did many years back before I went on my twin flame path that led me to my beloved Jack, then not to worry, there is help for you. Please connect with myself and my team of twin flame alchemists at Aphrodite University for free. We're offering a handful of twin flame activation sessions each month. And over the next 24 hours, if you're listening to this, please do apply for a complimentary twin flame activation session where you will deeply dive into your sacred union purpose, mission, and create a clear collage of what it is that you beloveds are here to create, as well as get step-by-step next action steps, a game plan to help you bring in your beloved and step into your purposes together. Using our 11 phases of twin flame alchemy, Aphrodite University's signature formula that has helped thousands of women and men from around the world to activate their twin flame unions and call that perfect partnership in. That is messy as balls, of course, because perfection isn't about all the codes lining up. It's a journey and initiation. And you'll also learn how to have that strength and how to move through the challenges with this 11-phase twin flame alchemy formula. We're going to help you identify any blocks and wounds and blind spots that might be holding you back. Those women that have been single for months, years, or even decades, you can change that. It does take help and it takes taking action. So don't wait for love to come to you. Manifest it, step into it, heal your love blocks. We would love to help you on this very special 45-minute call. Spots are limited, so only devoted applicants apply, show up on time. Here is a link to a form. I'll put it down below, aphroditeuniversity.org/activate. Those who apply will get a complimentary bonus or goodie if you're not approved for the session, or another way that you can activate your twin flame. Thank you so much for watching this video, sending those gaslighters, those love and gaslighters, some goddess love. May they heal their wounds. They're just coming from their own wounds, and that's why we have mirrored them in the past. Hopefully this video will set a new path for you straight. I love you. See you in the next video. Namaste. Namasko.